Bypass the crowds and discover a fun, fresh, and affordable Florida. This is the Gulf Coast destination where nature still rules the roost. No high-rises here. It's all eco and visitor friendly. Welcome to Punta Gorda and Englewood Beach. Hi, I'm Casey. If you like to be around the water, then you've come to the right place. There are miles of pristine and uncrowded beaches on the islands in the Gulf. Great places to boat and fish in Lemon Bay and Gasparilla Sound, Myakka River, and Peace River. And Charlotte Harbor, rich with marine life. Water is a big part of our life here. Boating, fishing, snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, not to mention the fabulous fresh seafood at all the great restaurants. There's plenty to do on land, too. Tour a swamp, hold a gator, go birding, or go for a birdie. There's a lot to enjoy in the great outdoors. And indoors, too. Shops and spas, antiques and boutiques, galleries, museums. It can be good to go inside. Time to unwind? You'll find intimate bistros and symphonic concerts, live theater and comedy in every corner of the county. No matter where you are, it's easy to get here. The Punta Gorda Airport offers nonstop flights from over 20 destinations. Airports in nearby Sarasota, Fort Myers, Tampa, and St. Petersburg are served by most major airlines. Coming by car, US 41 and Interstate 75 bring you right to our doorstep. Among the first to get here were the Calusa, who populated the coastland of southwest Florida. The Spanish were the first Europeans to visit. They altered the name Calusa to Carlos and called the harbor Bahia Carlos or Carlos Bay. When the English came in the 1700s, they renamed the harbor Charlotte after King George III's wife. Charlotte Harbor is big. It's the second largest estuary in Florida, covering approximately 270 square miles. From downtown Punta Gorda, it's about 22 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. The harbor's brackish waters, a mixture of salt and fresh water, create a near-perfect ecosystem for aquatic life. Most of the fish in the Gulf of Mexico began life in Charlotte Harbor. In fact, the waters here, the Peace and Myakka rivers, Charlotte Harbor, Gasparilla Sound, Lemon Bay, the Gulf, teem with 256 species of fish. Snook, redfish, sea trout, yellowtail, cobia, snapper, shark, grouper, barracuda, kingfish, mackerel, you get the idea. Oh, and tarpon. Sport Fishing Magazine says the #1 place in the world to catch tarpon is in these waters. Anglers can whisper glide into the mangroves on a kayak, surf cast along the beaches, cast from a pier or troll from a boat, hire a charter, fish in the harbor, the bay, or the Gulf. Experienced guides will lead you to the best spots, bait your hooks, and clean the fish you catch. They'll even have your Florida fishing license, good for that trip, ready to go. If you're visiting and want to fish, non-resident licenses are easy to obtain. You can get them at bait and tackle stores, marinas, sporting good departments, online, and even over the phone. Go to myfwc.com for everything you need to know to get your license. What helps make the harbor a great place for fish is the undeveloped natural shoreline. In the 1970s, the state of Florida preserved most of the land and islands surrounding the harbor, making it the state's third largest park. Charlotte Harbor Preserve State Park covers 43,000 acres and more than 100 miles of shoreline. Most of the park is shallow water fringed by mangroves. The best access is by canoe or kayak. Paddling through the park is the best way to see wading birds, manatees, dolphins, and other wildlife. Hikers and bird watchers can explore wildlife along 3 marked trails. The preserve includes mangrove forests, marshes, scrub habitats, and pine flatwoods. The Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center, CHEC, is a great place to learn more about the area. Their Alligator Creek Preserve location on Burnt Store Road has 4 miles of trails. Their second location at 115-acre Cedar Point Environmental Park is on Lemon Bay, where bald eagles make their nests. Czech also offers wading tours of the harbor and Lemon Bay. A naturalist leads the tours. Armed with a net, you scoop marine life from the seafloor. You might find hermit crabs, seahorses, pipefish, and much more. Everything, of course, goes back into the water. You can find out more at czechflorida.org. Where's the perfect place to go wading? The beaches, of course, and the pristine waters of the Gulf of Mexico. There are 28 miles of gorgeous beaches in Charlotte County. The waters are beautiful shades of aquamarine. The beaches are on the barrier islands just off the mainland. Gasparilla Island, home to Boca Grande, is reachable by way of a toll bridge on Boca Grande Causeway. There are no bridges to Little Gasparilla and Don Pedro Islands, so a boat's the way to go. The state park on Don Pedro is particularly inviting. A beautiful pavilion with all the amenities overlooks an uncrowded beach on the Gulf of Mexico. One low fee gets you a ferry ride to the island and park admission. Knight or Palm Island has regular auto ferry and water taxi service. The beaches are open to the public, but be aware that unless you're a guest on the island, there are no facilities available. The beaches on Minnesota Key are easy to get to. 2 toll-free bridges take you to Stump Pass Beach and Englewood Beach. Do the names Spiny Jewel Box, Moon Snail, Lettered Olive, and Cat's Paw mean anything to you? Those are just a few of the many types of seashells you'll find on our sandy white beaches. And shark teeth? There are no better beaches in the United States to find prehistoric fossilized shark teeth than right here. Do your shelling on the beach or in the water? The Gulf waters off the islands here are mostly shallow, so you can usually wade or swim quite a ways out. If you'd like to get on the water, there are plenty of boats to rent or charter. Sailboats, fishing boats, pleasure boats, even jet skis. There are easily accessed public docks and marinas on Charlotte Harbor and Lemon Bay. Or let someone else do the driving. Take a nature cruise up the Peace River and you'll see lots of wildlife, including gators. For birds, the small river islands make perfect rookeries. From January through April, you could spot ospreys, wood storks, herons, roseate spoonbills, egrets, white pelicans, even eagles raising their newly hatched families. You can cruise to the barrier islands in the Gulf where you can have lunch or play on the beach. In December, explore the residential canals to see miles of elaborate holiday lighting displays. Or just cruise the harbor any evening to catch a spectacular Florida sunset. Rather go sailing? Sail Magazine ranks Charlotte Harbor as one of the top 10 places to sail in the United States. Charter a sailboat or bring your own. Even experience one of several regattas held throughout the year. Go to pierflorida.com to find out more about regattas and where to charter sailboats. If you'd like to see the harbor or the Gulf, but prefer to stay dry, there are several miles of pathways around the county perfect for a bicycle. The Cape Hayes Pioneer Trail is on an old railroad line that led to Boca Grande. The 8.5-mile trail starts near the intersection of South McCall and Gasparilla Roads and runs to the Boca Grande Causeway. Once you're on Gasparilla Island, you can take the 6.5-mile Boca Grande Trail. Didn't bring your bike? That's okay. Punta Gorda has a free bicycle loaner program. There are multiple points along the harbor's edge where you can borrow a bike, complete with helmet, and go exploring. Last year, the program provided bikes to over 5,000 riders from 43 states and 15 countries. And did I mention that it's free? Punta Gorda is a very bicycle-friendly community. Designated trails will take you not only along the waterfront, but to some other great points of interest. Nature is on full display at Babcock Webb. Located just a quarter mile off Interstate 75 at exit 158, the area covers more than 65,000 acres of wildlife habitats. There are pine flatwoods, wet and dry prairies, and saltwater marshes. You can explore Babcock Webb by bicycle, by car, or on foot. However you travel, you'll likely see plenty of wildlife. Over 300 different species of birds can be found in Charlotte County. Red-shouldered hawks, woodpeckers, ospreys, eagles, and egrets, sandhill cranes, herons, and ibis, pelicans, and cormorants. If you enjoy your feathered friends, you'll find they are flocking here. You can spot these birds on your own at the parks and preserves throughout the county or on the beaches. Plus, the Peace River Audubon Society invites you to join them on a morning walkabout. Want a guaranteed way to see a lot of birds? Visit the Peace River Wildlife Center in Ponce de Leon Park. Here, they treat over 2,000 injured, ill, or orphaned animals, mostly birds, every year. Animals that can't return to the wild find a home here. The star attractions include Luna, a very rare white screech owl. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my! Need help sometimes as well. The Octagon Wildlife Sanctuary, southeast of downtown Punta Gorda, is dedicated to the rescue of abused and abandoned exotic wildlife. None of these animals has been taken from the wild. They've all come from abused, injured, or unwanted situations. Some residents are on the threatened or endangered list. It's fun to see the sights, but maybe you're a doer, not a viewer. Then Southwest Florida's newest attraction, Florida Tracks and Trails, is for you. This 1,000-acre complex has 4 motocross tracks, a side-by-side track, and a mud zone. There are over 22 miles of ATV trails and more than 80 acres of custom-designed paintball and speedball fields. Add a freshwater beach with acres of pure white sand to complete your outdoor adventure. There's more off-roading down the road a bit. The Gone Country Motorsports Park has more than 800 acres of mud, hills, and track to test even the toughest machine. Closer to town in Carmelita Park is Charlotte BMX. This premier BMX racing facility recently hosted the Sunshine State Nationals. You can go watch some races or rent the track and give it a go yourself. Perhaps your idea of the perfect outdoor adventure involves hitting a small white dimpled ball into a hole. You've come to the right place. Golf Digest rated our area as one of the top 3 places in the U.S. to live and play golf. In fact, there's great golf throughout the county. Both 18 and 27-hole courses, all beautifully landscaped, all open to the public, can be found here. Even miniature golf, right on the harbor. Not only is Charlotte County one of the best places to play golf, it's also the best place to see Major League Spring Training Baseball. That's right. In a poll of USA Today readers, Charlotte Sports Park, spring training home for the Tampa Bay Rays, was voted the best spring training facility in the U.S. During the regular season, you can enjoy the Charlotte Stonecrabs, a high-A minor league affiliate of the Rays. But wait, there's more. Up-and-coming college stars play here in the annual Snowbird Baseball Classic, drawing top college teams from around the country. Tennis or pickleball, anyone? There are plenty of public courts. Gilchrist Park in Punta Gorda has both tennis and pickleball courts, with the harbor as a stunning backdrop. Port Charlotte Beach Park also has a beautiful harbor view with tennis and basketball courts, volleyball, and bocce ball. Want more parks? You're not far from a park wherever you are. You'll find beautifully landscaped parks, many with boat ramps, fishing piers, playgrounds, athletic courts and fields, picnic benches and shelters, even beaches. At Lashley Park in Punta Gorda, kids can romp and play in the fountains. At the water's edge, you'll find the Spirit of Punta Gorda Memorial Statue. Made of steel and hurricane debris, it's dedicated to the community's determination and fortitude after Hurricane Charlie struck. The town has actually been leveled twice. Hurricane Charlie, of course, in 2004. But devastation struck almost 100 years earlier when a fire destroyed most of the city in 1905. Both times, the town bounced back stronger than before. About 2.5 miles west of downtown Punta Gorda is Ponce de Leon Park. The park is nicely situated on the harbor with a boat ramp, fishing pier, raised boardwalks through the mangroves, and a man-made beach. This is where, according to legend, the Spanish explorer was felled by a Calusa poison arrow in 1521. Ponce made history here some 500 years ago, but the history of Punta Gorda is relatively recent. The town, which started as a fishing village, was founded in 1884 by Colonel Isaac Tribune and called Tribune. In 1887, the name was changed to Punta Gorda, Spanish for Fat Point. The history of the city is depicted in a series of murals throughout town, some as large as 48 feet wide and 33 feet high. More than 24 murals portray everything from the first city council to the animals and marine life that reside here. You can find an interactive map of the mural locations online at puntagordamurals.org or find Punta Gorda Mural Society on Facebook. You can also touch and feel the history here, starting with History Park on Shreve Street, not far from downtown. Several original buildings have been relocated to these beautifully landscaped grounds, including the Trabue Office Building, the oldest remaining structure in Charlotte County. The western roots of Englewood. In 1884, 3 brothers came here to grow lemons, and the nearby intercoastal waterway got named Lemon Bay. You'll need $6 to cross the toll bridge to Gasparilla Island in the village of Boca Grande, but it's money well spent. As the Chamber of Commerce puts it, this is the secret island that presidents and celebrities sneak away to. The centerpiece of the island is historic Boca Grande, Big Mouth in Spanish. Boca Grande Pass is the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. No gas stations, chain restaurants, nor billboards found here. Just unique shops, galleries, and restaurants in an idyllic tropical setting. The Gulf Coast of Southwest Florida has been drawing tourists since Ponce de Leon came ashore. But things really popped after World War II when developers spread the word. A house in the sun for any size pocketbook. And that jump-started Port Charlotte. An average January high temperature of 75 degrees didn't hurt either. The African-American heritage of Southwest Florida is recalled through exhibits and artifacts at the Blanchard House Museum, just a few blocks east of downtown. The museum is located in the 4-room wood frame house built in 1925 for fisherman Joseph Blanchard. Segregated waiting rooms were the norm in train stations of the early 20th century, and the Punta Gorda train depot was no exception. Built in 1928, it was the southernmost train depot in the U.S. at the time. The segregated waiting room is now a museum presenting the history and culture of African Americans in Charlotte County. The freight room is now a popular antique mall. Our military history is on display at the Military Heritage Museum in Fisherman's Village. Thousands of artifacts display the history of conflicts dating to the Spanish-American War. All branches of the service are represented. Now, shift gears for a different kind of museum, Muscle Car City. Located on Tamiami Trail on the south side of Punta Gorda, this place is a car lover's dream. Over 200 vintage muscle cars. There are classic cars and hot rods spanning 35 years of makes and models all under one roof. Vintage stuff here isn't just in museums, it's for sale. Antique malls, flea markets, thrift store, consignment shops, great stuff and deals are everywhere. Whether it's clothing or collectibles, fishing lures or furniture, tools or jewels, you'll find high-quality merchandise. Like my outfit? $7. Take the time to explore for the bargains. There are around 60 thrift and consignment shops in the area. If the shopper in you yearns for more, you're in luck. There are a number of retail stores throughout the county, plenty for even the most dedicated shopper. Port Charlotte Town Center in the heart of Charlotte County has 5 anchor stores, plus more than 100 other shops and restaurants. Fisherman's Village has 40 specialty shops on a covered pier in Charlotte Harbor. Downtown Punta Gorda has an interesting blend of stores and boutiques. Shop for that perfect souvenir on Minnesota Key or your soon-to-be favorite t-shirt in Placida. Find fun and funky things in the shops and galleries on Dearborn Street in Englewood. And check out 5 acres of pottery, bamboo, and tropical plants at Pottery Express at the southern edge of Charlotte County. Speaking of Placida, this little fishing village is a great place to get fresh seafood, but now the main attractions are the galleries, each filled with original artwork in a variety of mediums. Frequent festivals bring dozens more artists to show and sell their work. In fact, art and craft shows abound throughout the area. Some draw artists from all over the country. They fill parks and streets are blocked off, attracting thousands of people. As in Placida, there are lots of year-round galleries in the area. Quite a few are found in Punta Gorda, including the working studios and galleries in the Atelier. You can find more galleries downtown at Fisherman's Village and at other locations around the city. And check out the bicycle art here too. Are you interested in not only viewing art, but learning how to create your own? Visual arts centers in both Punta Gorda and Englewood have interesting galleries, and they provide classes for aspiring artists in an array of mediums. Jewelry making, drawing, painting, pottery, you can do it all here. Artists are even on display at the farmers markets. During the height of the season, you'll find farmers markets offering the freshest fruits and vegetables, baked goods, cheeses, jams and jellies, seafood, even exotic plants, soaps, candles, and jewelry. There are markets in Englewood, Boca Grande, and 2 in Punta Gorda. Saturdays downtown and Sundays at the History Park. The Downtown Farmers Market has been voted best in Florida and one of the top 15 in the United States. Farmers markets are great for fresh food, but if you'd like to get yours already cooked, well, have we got the restaurants for you. There are great one-of-a-kind restaurants throughout the county. In Punta Gorda alone, there are over 50 independently owned restaurants. Even the best ice cream shop in the United States, according to TripAdvisor. Plus, there's lots of outside dining and waterfront dining. What do you get when you cross Charlotte Harbor with the Gulf of Mexico? Fabulous seafood restaurants. That's what you get. Pick the ambiance that suits your mood. From upscale elegant to funky waterfront. From sports bar to brew pub, Irish pub and English pub. Yes, you can get bangers and mash here. And why not get a side order of live music with your meal? Food and music are even part of the 2 biggest festivals in Punta Gorda, the Wine and Jazz Festival in the winter and the Blues, Brews, and Barbecue Festival in the summer. You can bring out your musical mood every Sunday night with the Drum Circle on Englewood Beach. Year-round, you can enjoy music festivals and concerts at a host of venues, or see nationally known comedians at a restaurant comedy club. There are 2 multi-purpose event centers. Englewood Event Center is close to the beaches. Charlotte Harbor Event Center is right on the harbor. Both offer concerts, theater, and dinner theater, comedy, and special events. The Cultural Center of Charlotte County has a 500-seat theater with perfect views to the stage. Catch a concert here, or live theater featuring the Charlotte Players. The Players also perform at the Langdon, a small black box theater near the Town Center Mall. In 2003, the county partnered with the school district and the city of Punta Gorda to open the Charlotte Performing Arts Center. This spectacular 900-seat theater is home to the Charlotte Chorale, the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra, and the Gulf Shore Opera. So, great nightlife? Check. Fabulous restaurants? Check. Beautiful beaches? Check. Super boating and fishing? Check. Terrifical tropical weather? Check. Fun things to see and do? Check, check, and mate. Call it your favorite getaway. Call it your home away from home. Call it your best vacation ever. Or just call it what we do, paradise.